Good morning, everybody. It's time for The Experience live with Russ and Scott. Here we go.
Welcome to The Experience live with Russ and Scott.
Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams and Laura Gillette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. And H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser. For more information on your tax preparation needs, call 541-928-6432.
Hey, Russ.
We made it. Oh, crazy morning. All right, we are ready to go. The Experience live with Russ and Scott. Few changes today, so we are here live with you, and it's always fun when your computer decides to wig out at the last minute before you go live. But we made it. We're all good. How are you doing?
It is great. Good to see some comments coming in. Say hi to Charlene and
Yes.
the other folks are watching. I am overwhelmed, speechless, actually. I'm just overwhelmed every week by the folks that come in and help support the Experience live with Russ and Scott. Many of these folks have also been guests on the show. And as we were winding down 2021 and the first year of the Experience, amazing, Russ.
It's crazy. I know. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Indeed. Hey, what do you got going on? It's as we were winding down into the Christmas week. What do you got going on?
Well, a lot of stuff happening, and it was so great to see you live and in person yesterday. And always great, little coffee at margin, little hey in person. But no, there's all kinds of exciting things happening. Just came off of a new show I'm producing yesterday called Better Together, serving seniors in the Willamette Valley. That went really great yesterday. Two great co-hosts here in Salem that I'm starting to do some production. You and I are talking more about that because we are doing a mastermind kind of centered around live video production, whether it is live streaming like we're doing here, or whether it is producing for other people, or doing conferences, or doing meetings, all kinds of different ways to use live streaming. So that is going to be pretty exciting. Though, if you guys want more information on that, make sure and reach out to Scott or I and talk to us about that. And we'll have our information magically appear at the bottom of the screen here in a minute when I get that going. Anyway, yeah. So that's been going great. I've got Tomorrow Marketing with Russ, of course, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Have a great Russ Reels tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with a whole bunch of guests. That's going to be amazing. So 2 live shows tomorrow. And then next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, is my Christmas special on Marketing with Russ. Scott, you'll be there. I've got about, I don't know, over a dozen people dropping in, probably more than that, to say hi. So it'll be a lot of fun. How about you?
Yeah, we just finished the conference last week, so a 5-day conference for the university, and that's a lot of fun. A lot of work going into it, but a 5-day conference, and then we're planning. Just speaking of all these live videos, planning a hybrid event for a nonprofit where we'll be doing actually live streaming from 3 different locations. This way we can get people together face to face, but in smaller groups, and but they'll be able to all participate together through this hybrid event. So I'm excited about that, and of course it's that time of year for the independent planner. For those of you, the 2022 planners are out there. These are analog paper planners, handmade by Trevor Lorkings of Right Notes in England. And so I've got a limited edition of the 2022 Independent Planner designed by me, entrepreneur, for entrepreneurs. So it helps you create your goals and take your dreams, break them down into goals, and look at the habits that support you and the habits that inhibit you. So you can go to independent-planner.com to order that. And then more Amazon Live today at 11 a.m. Pacific. My daughter and I will be going live.
All
So
right.
the mid-century dad and the millennial daughter. And we'll be going live on Amazon. So you can go to www.motivationallistener.live to see that. And it's good to see Liz Lawless here. We've gone live
Yes.
on Amazon as well. So
yes,
great
Liz
person.
is amazing. She and I, she
Love the
just
planner. Thank
released.
you.
She just released the podcast that I was on with her yesterday, I think. So that was
Oh,
great. Got to
nice.
do her podcast. That was a ton of fun.
Indeed.
So yeah, and I tell you, Scott, that's so amazing, all the things that you're doing with Amazon Live. And that's just one of the great ways that people have been able to do that. In fact, you and I need to talk because I just had a great chat with a new children's author.
Oh, nice.
That we're gonna,
Nice.
we're gonna be doing a Russ Reels live together on that, and then I'm gonna shoot her over to you for Amazon Live. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, we got guests.
Yes, we do. We do. We got to get going here. So it is so great. So Ann Carden and Veronica Lee Jeans are 2 amazing ladies. And we are going to actually bring Veronica in first this morning, say hey to her, and see her smiling face on the boat. There she is. Woo-hoo.
This is fabulous.
How you doing, Veronica?
Absolutely amazing. I'm on my boat and it's not cold. It is, I'm in Houston and it's not cold. It's fabulous.
That's good. That's good. Especially in Houston. It is. I'll let you know that it is cold here. It's not as cold as it was yesterday, but this morning at my club they had a little issue with the water, and so the pool was freezing cold. And then I got in the shower, and the shower was freezing cold. So it woke me up quickly. So I'm ready to go. So anyway, Veronica, listen, you do so many amazing things online. Doing all of the stuff that you're, I mean, not only live streaming, but give everybody just a little snapshot of the stuff that you're up to these days.
Well, I'm basically the Shopify queen, and everything to do with Shopify, because it's an amazing shopping platform. And I encourage everybody to get an e-commerce store, because, you know, when you hear that ding, 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 and you get a sale, it's very exciting. But also with that, I've written the first Shopify Made Easy book, all of step-for-step blueprint on Shopify. And I've just launched my new updates today, and I'm very excited about it. So I've got 2 books out, and my 3rd and 4th book are coming out soon in January. And it's all got to do with Shopify, how to get Shopify up and running and easily, right? Because it's so confusing. Most people just start a little bit, get too confused, and they stop. And so yes, and also so I have a planner as well, but mine is a little bit different because I cater more toward the e-commerce section of the audience, and also it is all about goals. I mean, I agree with you. If you don't set your goals, how are you going to know when you get there, right? And so
Exactly right.
exactly right. So anyway, and that's and the lives, and what else do I do? A boat.
You know, we were talking about Amazon, and apparently, I mean, that's Jeff Bezos, right? I mean, he just went to Seattle and set up an e-commerce website, and look, now he's dominating the
I
world.
know,
So
right? I know.
I
So
encourage everyone,
he
connect
and
up with Veronica,
yeah,
set up your
sorry.
Shopify site, dominate the world.
I
That
know,
is
right?
it's the
That's it.
natural flow.
I know. So he and so with my book and everything, I've done a lot of research as well to actually confirm what I know, right? Because things happen so fast that change so much, and just talking about Amazon Live is a new thing in our lives right now. And so, and the e-commerce world is changing so fast. I mean, before you know it, I mean, there's so many new things you can do and sell your products in different areas, and easily, right? You just have an app and boom, you're on. So I did a store for a client in 2000. He had 3,600 and about 65 parts, line items in his store, and there were flags and all the little bits and pieces and poles and whatever. And I remember the exact amount because I had to hand code it. So yeah, so these days you can put your products up and boom, you get going.
Mm.
Yeah, I love how quickly that things have continued to grow and change and move, and you have been right in the middle of it, Veronica, of all the things going on.
Yes.
I know that you have a lot of fun with it too. I think you and I first met on Shout Out Saturday with Brian Shulman, and you have had so much fun with the online part. And what that does is, like Scott and I have talked about, live video attracts people to you. So then you've reached out, you've done your own shows. I know you worked with Tim Sohn and done some different things there, and that's been a lot of fun for you too.
Yeah. And again, the you know I'm a foreigner. Obviously, I'm not from South Texas or East Texas, but so if you're in America, you grew up with, is it QVS, with the HD
QVC. Yeah.
QVC, right? You
Yep.
grew up with QVC. Hey, buy this thing because this is going to be the best thing, and buy it now. So if you have an e-commerce store, hey, your audience here, 350 plus million people, have been trained to buy things that you can go on and sell live.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes so much more of an impact. And I can't believe how few people, e-commerce people, are doing it, right? They, I don't want to push it, or, I look stupid. What the hell? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Because really, is you selling, people buy from you because they like and they trust you. And the only way they're going to like and trust you is if they get to know you.
Yes.
And how much easier is it just to go online and start, right? Start being, just be funny. Or if you don't want to be funny, just show stuff and discuss stuff, right? I know.
Some people are just naturally funny, right? And you have done so many amazing things. And speaking of amazing things, we're going to bring in our second guest to join the party.
Yeah.
And Carden is in the house. There she is.
There you go.
Hey, I'm excited to join the party.
We're glad to have you here because people setting up their Shopify site, it's a business. They need a business strategist. And look, you showed up. Thank you.
Yay, here I am. Thank you guys. It's great to be here with all of you.
Yeah, and so tell us a little bit. I mean, we know about all the amazing things you're up to, but let everybody know a little snapshot of who you are and what you're up to these days.
Sure. Thank you so much. My main core business is helping experts and people that are in existing consulting businesses, helping experts, executives, people that have all of this, I call it career collateral or brilliance or expertise or experience, turn that into a consulting or a coaching business, and even information products. All of those things go along with scaling. So really building a 6 to 7 figure income or business around what they're already brilliant at doing. And I work with existing consultants and coaches as well to help them really scale to whatever level they want as well. So, and then I also am launching, I've been doing media for a very long time, helping people get books written and helping them get podcasts started and things like that. But I'm actually launching a media company now called Expert in You. So it's all around my brand. And along with that, I'm launching an Expert in You magazine for experts and entrepreneurs business success. So I'm really excited about that. That's coming up in 2022. So that's it.
That is amazing. Tell us more about the magazine. That's cool.
Yeah, so the whole idea is to really give experts a platform to promote themselves, share their expertise. It's going to be a lot of interviewing. So a lot of people that have maybe been on my Expert in You podcast that I've already interviewed may want to have a magazine spread. It helps them elevate their brand. It helps them stand out, build credibility, authority, trust, and also being able to hand someone a magazine that you've been in, is a really powerful marketing piece. So that's really the concept around it. But I want to really give them a platform to promote their business, and through the interview style, ask the questions that they would like ask, and then they can share their expertise in the magazine. So that's sort of the concept for getting it going. But yeah.
I think that's good because it really, no matter how you're working on it, like here on live video, it's all about engagement and getting people involved. And I love the interview format. And that's really cool doing that in a magazine format, because I think the more type of mediums we can get out there and utilize that are at our fingertips. My good friend, D. Scott Smith always says that it just takes your willingness to step forward and start and do things to do just about anything nowadays. Right, Scott?
That's the deal. It's just your willingness to participate.
Yeah.
If you want to start a magazine, then start a magazine.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. We're actually going to offer Done for You. So if someone wants to start their own magazine, that will be one of the things that my team can offer them. And the great thing about that is you can change, like a book is, you have to update the book, right? But I have 3 books out there, but I haven't really gone in and changed those books. And you can't, unless you're consistently trying to update them, it's sort of a static piece of media, right? But with a magazine, you can launch that, you can do that quarterly or bi-monthly or monthly, and you can consistently be making changes. And even as your business evolves, you can be evolving in your own magazine. So that's sort of the idea behind it. But yeah, you can launch your own as well. And we will help you do that. We're not going to teach you how to be DIY. We're going to actually do it for you if you want it done. And so that's sort of another revenue stream that we'll be creating with that. So I'm excited.
And if you create your own magazine, you can always be on the cover of it.
That's actually a really interesting point. I kind of did a lot of research, and I've been on magazines and things like that. But that's a really interesting point that you bring up, because I asked the person that I brought onto my team that's going to be doing all the design work and everything, what is her thought around that? Should I feature other people? And she said, and when you're building your brand or just getting your magazine started, you should feature yourself. And then elevate others inside the magazine. But then as it really gets followers and gains momentum, then you can kind of take a step back. So that's sort of going to be the plan. This is new for me. So we'll see how it goes.
And that's the thing, that people see you and they think they get to know you. I mean, that's why when we meet actors, we go, I know you. You're on my TV every night, right? And they don't know who the hell you are. So you have to be in front of people so they can trust you, because there's so much competition out there that if you are not showing your face, then how are they going to get to know you? Literally.
It's also a great way to elevate your clients, just like you all are doing with your show here. And I do that with my podcast as well. But it's a great way to elevate your clients as well and give them a platform. So
right.
Exactly.
Well, and I think that drives more connection and
Mhm.
more engagement for your business because, like you said, when you're elevating your clients, when you are creating platforms where not only they can get the word out about themselves, but
Mhm.
you're also getting yourself out there, then, like Veronica says, people are getting to know you better. Then they have a chance to like you and trust you and move
Yes.
forward with that process. So that's what
Mm.
I think is so critical nowadays. And Scott and I have been talking about this a lot, and that is just really moving forward and showing people the possibilities and engaging with them
Mhm.
through these
Yes,
different platforms, whether it's live or
yes,
magazines or whatever. Yeah, I think
yes.
it's
Mhm.
amazing.
It's
So
a great
here's
combination.
yeah. So here's what my hairdresser, which I absolutely love. I mean, she has been doing marketing, very savvy little lady, and she's been marketing in a magazine for years. And as
Mhm.
she keeps telling other hairdressers, is that if you don't advertise on a regular basis in
Mhm.
a magazine, that's how I found her, then who's going to find you? And
Yes.
just it's a magazine. People tend to think, oh, I'm not going to do that, it's too expensive. But sometimes people pick up magazines and then they look at it, and it's something interesting that they're reading, but at the doctor's or dentist,
Yes.
right? I mean, that's normally when we pick up a magazine, or at the post office. But they do look through it, and if they need something and your ad is right in front of their
Mhm.
face, or your interview, wow, what an impact, right?
Yes. And I agree. I think advertising is great. The one thing that we really want to do with this is when you allow people to share their expertise, they're giving value. So
Yes,
the whole idea is to teach people how to be successful entrepreneurs and
yes,
build entrepreneurship and through their expertise. And so that really is the whole concept, is that people, entrepreneurs will want to pick it up because they'll
mm,
learn
mm,
from people who are already
mm,
doing it and having business
yeah,
success. And so yeah, I'm excited about something like that that's going to
yeah,
be of real
stories.
value to people.
Yeah, and the basic thing, sorry to interrupt again. The basic thing is stories, right? I keep saying to my e-commerce folks is tell a story. Tell them in
Mhm.
your about page your story. Why did you want to do this? What made you passionate about it? Why did you start it? And then, I don't want to share myself. I go, you got to be on that cover. Share your dog and your cat and your grandkids and your babies, and tell them the story. It's important. and
Yeah.
and you find that once they tell the story, their sales actually go up.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
we were it's funny you bring that up, Veronica. It was last week on the Business Builder Throwdown. It was actually the season finale with Matt Rouse, Holly Jackson, and myself, and we were talking about the difference between stories and case studies,
Yes,
and they both have
yes,
their place,
yes,
Mhm.
but really, it starts with story. You need to be
it
able to
does.
communicate,
Yes,
and
yes,
people will remember you. You'll remember the information
exactly.
if you bring it through a story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
But
love that.
there are cases. So I have, obviously, I've got skincare and I've got bags and jewelry and all sorts of clients. And then I have a couple of guys that are selling pipes and clamps and all this other stuff. So their story isn't as important as
Mhm.
case studies, right? Because if case studies are going to show people how to use their products,
Mhm.
because they have like three main business legs, and so they have to show the client, okay, you can use this in this situation, and this is what you do with it. So there is still a little bit of a story, but also case studies, and
Mhm.
people resist. They go, I have to write something, and I go, yes, hello.
Well, most people start out, they have a story. They started their
I
business for a
know.
reason.
Yeah.
My whole brand came out of kind of a story of struggle in this
Yes.
industry, and the what I call the poor advice out there. And that's really why I started working with coaches and consultants and experts, because I was sort of a victim. Not that I believe in being a victim, but I followed a lot of that poor advice, and it didn't get me where I wanted to go in my business. And that's where my book came from. And then off of that came my show, and off of that now an entire media company. So all of those things came out of really what I would call sort of a hardship in the consulting and coaching industry.
So I'm going to throw this out as a challenge for everybody that is watching live or in the replay, because and this is a way to prove that people do have an interesting story. So the next time you meet somebody or you're talking to someone and you say, Russ, how did you become an inspiration specialist?
Exactly.
Or Veronica, how did you do this? Or Anne, how did you do that? Invariably, the person is going to start with something that sounds like, well, it's a really interesting story. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And I had a recruiting company, also another story, but and what I found is that most people start their careers because of an accident. Not a real accident, but like, okay, I can't find a job, and I happen to find this other job, and that had nothing to do with what they studied, right? So I always say that's the beginning. But so then there's a story of, well, I got fired and I couldn't find a job, and then I started my company. And so many times you hear that. So everybody has definitely had. I mean, that's how I ended up in e-commerce. I wanted to start my own store, and then started talking to the sales guy at one of the shopping platforms, and he started sending me clients. This was so cool. And then he decided to go cruising in his boat. I mean, hello people, I need him. So I had to start out on my own, but that's how I started in the e-commerce and really got interested.
Well, I think it's interesting because stories give some people something to get behind.
Yes.
And so they can, that's how, when you're building community, people know your story, then they can get behind you and they work with you. And that's an amazing thing. So, hey, ladies, I always have to be the bad guy, but we are drawing close to the end. And what I want to do, though, is give both of you a chance. Last word, and say whatever that we have not covered, and then tell everybody how to get in touch with you. And Anne, we're going to start with you. Go for it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Well, first of all, if you are looking to turn your expertise into consulting or coaching other people, sharing those skills and building an income from it, 6 to 7 figures or even more, I would love for you to check out a free training that I have that walks you through my 5-step simple, I call it simple and powerful process. And you can check that out at expertinyou.us. And grab that free training, and it's very quick. It's 25 minutes or 30 minutes. And if you're just starting, there's one for you. And if you're already in a business and you want to scale that, there's an additional training, so you can choose whichever fits you. So thank you all so much.
Hey, how do people get a hold of you?
Yes, you can definitely can reach me on LinkedIn. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse. I am YouTube. I am all over the place. So, but LinkedIn's probably one of the best places, or Facebook, to connect with me. And you can also find out all about me at my website at acarden or alcarden.com. So,
perfect. All right. Are you ready, Veronica?
I'm ready. I'm born ready.
You're
baby.
Always ready.
So that's what I keep telling my husband. I'm born ready, baby. So get hold of me is veronicajeans.com. I've got various contact forms on there. You can chat to me online. I'm Veronica Jeans on Facebook, Veronica Jeans on Shopify Queen on LinkedIn. Connect. I love connecting to people and seeing what they're doing. And what else?
Last word, whatever we didn't cover that you want, pearls of wisdom you want to share with the world.
Start now, right? You
That's
can't.
right.
Don't wait. I mean, if I'm lecturing about 31 students at a Polish university, and I keep saying to them, what you choose today is not what you're going to have in 5 or 10 or 20 years. But if you don't start now, you're never going to build that expertise to actually succeed. That's it.
Yeah. No, it's
Beautiful.
so true. So true. Well,
Right?
listen, both of you, we really, really appreciate you. And you both have given such valuable information. And it's just fun to be able to chat with you guys. Scott and I always learn things, enjoy the time. And we just want to thank you so much, both of you, for being here today.
Thank
Definitely.
you, guys.
Thank you very, very
Thank
much.
you,
Thank you
Veronica.
all
Thank you,
so
Ann.
much. Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
All right. Well, hang tight. We're going to send you to the green room. We'll see you in just a minute.
Woo.
Well, whew, hard to believe. 30 minutes goes like that.
Oh, I tell you, it's just, and it's such good information, whether you want to sell products, whether you have information to sell, you got it today. And whether you have an existing business, if you're working for someone, make sure you have a side hustle, at least. And Russ, you know exactly what it means if you build a side hustle today, because, wow.
That's
What
right,
happened?
because my friend D. Scott Smith said, "Hey, Russ, you got to build a side hustle." And then it became my full hustle. There you go.
There you are.
So,
There you are.
yes. Well, listen, I just want to remind everybody, we're here every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. I'm Russ. Let's see if I'm pointing the right way. That's Scott.
Yep.
And also, don't forget the mastermind. We call this a mastermind experience, but when you get like-minded people together, you want to learn more about video, you want to share ideas. Maybe you're already doing live streaming, you're already doing live
That's right.
video, but you want to be in an atmosphere where you have value and you can get value from others. The mastermind is a place to go. It is very, very super affordable. You can get it on either Scott's or my website, which has been going across the bottom of the ticker the whole time, or you can just reach out to Scott and I, and you can say, hey, tell me more. And we would love to chat with you more about that. Right,
We
Scott?
also have one more plug for international networking, the third Friday of every month. So this Friday, the 17th, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern time, it's the holiday party for the virtual global tea break, co-hosted by myself and Alan Hennessy. This is international networking, and it's going to be a fun time. As Alan says, wear your Christmas jumper. And I have to look that up, figure out what my Christmas jumper is. But look, I've got my season's greetings sign. I've got my Santa hat. We've been watching the intersection in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because they got snow, and I have no snow here in Oregon. So,
well, we're going to have
anyway,
it's always about fun, right, Scott?
globalteabreak.com to register. It's always free, and we would love to see everyone there.
Yes, we would. And really, we just appreciate you being here, sharing your time with us. We know your time is valuable. So thanks so much for tuning in today. And until we see you again, have a great day. Enjoy your life and
enjoy the experience.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.